So there's nothing new about a personal brand and AI. Simply, AI is about to freaking take over. Actually, it already is kind of taking over, and we already know this. But I kind of saw something astonishing to me today. And not only that, I've been watching something. Now, for me, a personal brand is nothing really new. We've been hearing about personal brands since Gary Vaynerchuk has been screaming at the top of his lungs to produce it. Other people on Instagram have been doing it. But you know what has been amazing me recently, right? Is the fact that a lot of people on TikTok are now starting to do it, right? It's just regular everyday
I
videos,
should not be doing this right now.
right? It's everyday
The
videos
same people who complain about the rich.
of just talking. I mean, that's
We're
the
not
crazy thing about it.
struggling to make content for
You see what I'm saying? These people just
Is
whatever.
anyone else like so excited to be in their 30s?
This is the cool thing about it. It's not about trying to just make this content specifically for one thing. They're basically just sharing their thoughts, their attitudes, their identity, their decisions, their business, their everything. And this is the beautiful thing. And check this out. I read this today that I thought was very, very interesting, right? It is predicted that personal brands will become more valuable compared to AI generated content in 2026. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? We are literally getting tired of being bamboozled by AI already, and we are just beginning. And pretty soon, almost everything online is going to be almost fake. Did you hear about the guys that are really running AI women, right? And talking to these men. I mean, let me tell you something right now. Like, hey, cool, that's smart, right? That's probably a lot of money, but to me, that's kind of trashy. You made an AI woman, and you're behind her talking to another dude like that. That's disgusting. But whatever, right? But we're already getting tired of the AI generated stuff. So it says, as a flood of AI generated content makes authentic human connection more rare and valuable. Bro, if you're not working on your personal brand right now, what are you doing, right? While AI will continue to grow as a tool for efficiency, the unique value of human led brands will be the ability to build trust through personality, lived experiences, and genuine connection, which AI cannot replicate. I want you to understand how important this is. Right now, everybody is getting on the AI bandwagon, and I do not blame you. AI is phenomenal, but pretty soon, if you notice, right? First, it was like, hey, here's how you design an AI video. Now they got apps that can design an AI video in a heart attack. So, or at first it was like, hey, put your picture and then we'll make it AI. Now they got apps that can do that in no time. You don't really have to buy these courses and these programs, right? Once you learn a few prompts, once you learn a couple of things on how to do it, there you go. You already got it done. It's getting more efficient. Do you understand? So pretty soon anybody's going to be able to do it. And pretty soon, everything is going to be like pretty much fake, right? And most people are sounding like AI robots already. So, what you really need to be doing instead is building your personal brand. Personal brand is unbelievable because you can start making content again and having fun. I mean, look at these guys. Do you think they're sitting there trying to fight whether or not it's the creator search insight tool or whether they have a viral trend or shit? I mean, look, this guy literally right here, right? Got 6,000 views, pulling out his damn phone. Look at this.
Cobra in my hand.
Got 400,000 views just pulling out his phone and straight up just asking a damn question. This is some crazy shit. Everybody is so worried about whether or not. Look, I got a lady that I coach, right? She got 18,000 views on this video.
As a corporate girly.
Guys, she's not like, what do you mean? Like, she's not trying hard to fit some algorithm or framework or anything. She has the framework in her mind a little bit, but that's it. Like, look, there's no like, crazy hook right off the bat or anything. Do you not get this? This means that content is slowly changing. It already was changing, but all the fast edits and everything, like, listen, those are still cool. Those are still a thing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you look at someone like Gary Vee, right? The dude is going out of control. He still has a whole team that is, doing stuff for him and editing and all this wonderful stuff. So I get it, right? He's still crushing it. Don't get me wrong. But look, he's getting like 28,000 views with 15 million followers versus somebody like this, right? Who's got 1,100, who just got 42,000 views. You see what I'm saying? not even really trying. Do you understand this, right? And let me tell you something right now. My personal brand led me to do a whole bunch of stuff. Here is making a whole bunch of sales inside of my app. I've ran an actual app for the past 2 years. I've sold digital products. Here's a $530 just sell, right? Because I've sold digital products before. I've sold all kinds of digital products. My membership site is pretty much a digital product. I've sold coaching. I've also sold one-on-one coaching, all due to my personal brand. And beyond that, I've sold hoodies galore, right? When my hoodies went out, like they went crazy. This is all from my app. Now, let me tell you something. I'm grateful for these people for buying the hoodies. But what I'm trying to say is, I never intentionally went out to sell the hoodies. Do you understand? These just came naturally. One, two, like two people that I love dearly that have supported me, and I've supported them, and they've gone on to do bigger things. She's gone on to see, $20,000 months. She's gone on to do her own, agency and incredible things. I mean, they are amazing, right? And I appreciate their support. They came back and they bought the hoodies and everything out of support, but it's all due to the personal brand. This woman right here, she's gone from I think she was kind of hustling a little bit. I don't want to I don't want to put, I don't really know her full story, but hustling to now, filling master classes, right? You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Which is, good for her, right? Selling another digital product and stuff, getting almost close to 800,000 people. This guy right here, he basically does fitness coaching, right? He just wrote a new book, and he's been able to sell all that due to his personal brand. You got this guy who basically
So
teaches YouTube automation, right? But he's also built a personal brand of 241,000 people just doing this. And not every day is he talking about YouTube automation. Yeah, he has quite a few videos about YouTube automation. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but you see what I'm saying? But he's building his personal brand, which allows him to sell whatever the hell he wants to freaking sell. Do you get this? This is why in 2026, your personal brand is going to be more valuable than anything else because people are wanting human connection. And as you can see, content is even changing. That's the other beauty about this. Content is even changing. Like they don't even care if you're all polished and everything, right? I mean, this guy, look, 6,000 views just for picking a topic that people like care. Look, 60,000
you're
views.
going to become that unemployed rich friend that's traveling the world, doing whatever you want on a random Tuesday and living your own dream life.
Do you see any massive cuts? Do you see any massive like jumping jacks or running around, editing skills, or just pulling out the damn phone, sitting it down and fucking going to work, right? It's insane, man. The times are changing. And so, I highly suggest that you start working on your personal brand. And some of the things that you need to work on your personal brand is here, I'll kind of help you out. We kind of went over this. See, me and Bridget Wallace, we've been able to sell so many, things from our personal brand. Okay. And let me see if I can find it. All right. We've been able to sell so many things from our personal brand. She's been able to land brand deals. She's been able to sell digital products. She's being sought out in multiple communities and everything. Me too. I'm being sought out to do multiple communities. Made multiple six figures, right? Had an app. All these, or I still have an app, but you know what I mean. Have been promoting my app. All that wonderful stuff. Okay. Put on a live event in Austin, Texas last year, or this year, which was insane earlier this year. I'm still thinking it's almost like 2026. You know what I mean? But earlier this year, I was able to do that, which was just insane. Had a lot of fun. She's been able to kill it online, right? And she doesn't even really go live or anything like that. Well, we come together and we started teaching about building your personal brand because we've been able to do things with our personal brands, and we don't follow all the gimmicks and stuff like everybody else is doing. Why everybody else is chasing trends and all that shit, we're just being ourselves. You know what I mean? Now, what we decided to do is come together, and we decided that we're going to put together a mastermind. And the reason why we're going to put this mastermind together is because we want to take you through a 4-week intensive group coaching to where we teach you how to build your own personal brand. Because what you need to do is do this, right? Your personal brand is going to be based upon these things right here, right? Which is one, your story. What is your story? What makes you you? Who are you? We want to be able to showcase our story and who we are, maybe what we've overcome or the lessons that we have. Identity. What do you stand for? What do you not necessarily want to be known for, but what do you want to be attached to? You need to understand that. I think it was Alex Hormozy who he made a good comment. He said, you almost got to be careful because in the beginning, you want to get your name out so much that you're willing to say yes to everything. But if you don't have a strong identity, right, of who you really are, they'll essentially just attach you to something, right? And you want to be careful with that. If you don't want to be even remotely attached to it, then it's better to say no because your identity and brand will be based upon that. Now, I'm not saying that you should, like, who cares? A little controversy, a little friction is okay, but it's just like be careful who you associate with or what goes against your own beliefs, right? Like, if you don't want people thinking that you believe a certain way, then you might want to be careful with the identity. Message. What do you do? How do you help? What's your mission? What's going on, right? Things like that. Content pillars. You need to understand your content pillars. They're a little bit different. Now, I know what you probably just heard me. You probably just said, well, hey, Justin, I thought you could just pull out your camera and start going. You can. But if you're just putting out random thoughts, just random thoughts every single day, then you kind of got to be a little bit careful because then you may never ever make any sales. But if you can kind of hone in, right, a little bit of like your content, a little bit like, and that's why I just say pillars. I don't want to give you step by step content because this isn't ChatGPT scripts. This is more like just honing in a little bit with giving you a little bit direction so you can get the most bang for your buck. Consistency. It's not about just posting. We hear this all the time, but to be honest with you guys, it's more about it's more about consistent messaging, okay? And the reason why is because 9 times out of 10, your audience will not hear it the first time. They won't. They won't even hear it the second time. They might, but you'd be surprised that a lot of times we say our stories over and over and over, our messages over and over and over, our thoughts over and over and over and over, our beliefs over and over and over because we're always generating a new audience. And number two, our old audience has to hear it a few times before it really sticks about who we are and what we do and how we help, right? But anyways, all I'm trying to say with this is that you definitely want to start getting into your personal brand and use what I just gave you right there, right? Like set up the personal brand framework and focus on that for 2026 because that's where it's really going to go. AI is going to be phenomenal. And if you want some quick money and you want to use some cool tools, learn AI. But while you're doing that, simultaneously build your personal brand. I mean, they already got how you can build a personal brand with AI. So, of course, right? That's going to, you know what I mean? But see, as you can see, they just got all that stuff. But they're talking a lot about personal brand with AI, which is cool, but it's still not going to replace, it's still not going to replace a personal brand by yourself.
People buy from people. A head of product made a boring video that had 70 freaking views on LinkedIn, but he was wearing a Bears t-shirt and somebody bought their SaaS product because they're a Bears fan too, because people buy from people. Yeah.
At the end of the day, people buy from people. Like I said, you can understand AI. You want to use AI to go help you to make things better, to make things faster. But your personal brand will definitely outdo AI. I promise you. Okay, I promise you because people will get tired of the AI generated content. And they're going to go back to wanting to connect with people because we are always about connection. We can try to play it off, we can try to hide it, we can do all these things, but at the end of the day, we always want connection. So, listen, here's the thing. If you would like to be part of our mastermind, or I don't know, to be honest with you, our mastermind is coming up pretty soon, and you're more than welcome to join the mastermind by using the link below. If the mastermind is already full, though, what I'll do is I will give you a copy. I will give you the replay. You know what I mean? You can do the replay of this actual masterclass that we went through on a personal brand if you want to really uncover more of your personal brand. But for me, I gave you pretty much everything you need right here. You need to start working on those as of right now. Who you stand for, what is your personal brand going to be about? And then you need to unload the content, right? Don't be afraid. Look at these people, right? They're like, I'm telling you, man, it's a different world. What's her name? You got Shelby Sapp. You know what I mean? Like, we were talking about this the other day. It's amazing the type of content, right? Like there is where this guy just randomly talks about non-stick pans or something. Like, and I'm not. This guy can do whatever he wants, but I think it's funny. Like he's talking about fitness, he's talking about business, he's talking about fitness, and then it's
Pan Chronicles update that nobody asked for, but it turns out, here's the thing. I had convinced myself I had tried everything for a non-stick pan.
non-stick pan. Like, are we serious right now? Like but he understands. He understands the value of building his own personal brand. So it makes sense, right? And I mean, and like, look, you got people commenting, some people just like talking trash, but he goes, like right here, you got people tuning in because people want to connect. They can't control themselves from not wanting to say something, wanting to do something, wanting to just voice. It's so funny, and that's why social media is giving them that opportunity to do that, and that's why the person that builds their personal brand right now is going to really, really take off in 2026. We've already talked about it before, right? Or people have been talking about it, right? If you think about Logan Paul and Prime, right? How did Logan Paul basically was able to sell Prime, okay? Uh, yeah, in 2022, it became popular because of Logan Paul. Otherwise, Prime would have just been another little drink. Like if it wasn't for KSI and Logan Paul, Prime wouldn't have been anything, right? But Prime took off all because of the drink. I mean, because of the two people, because of their personal brands. And it's easy to say, yeah, but I'm not KSI, I'm not Logan Paul, I'm not these people. But guys, neither are these people. Neither are these people. And they're just building their brands and they're making big money. So what are you going to do?